Hello, Toyota enthusiasts and curious minds alike. Buckle up as we embark on an exciting ride through the lanes of history, uncovering the 10 rarest Toyotas ever produced. These elusive models showcase a vibrant mix of innovation, audacity, and at times, miscalculation, all in the quest for automotive greatness. Let's rev up and roll. Number 10. The Toyota Wilvi. Now, isn't this a peculiar little creature? Created through a unique collaboration between several Japanese companies, the Wilvi was Toyota's answer to a need for youth-oriented vehicles. Produced for just 2 years in the early 2000s, this four-door subcompact car was exclusive to Japan and, interestingly, did not even bear the Toyota logo. While it was inspired by the first-gen Toyota Yaris, it held its own with a 1.3-liter 16-volts engine and a 4-speed automatic transmission. It was efficient and compact, a miniature automotive rebel ahead of its time. You see, although the Wilvi may not have been a bestseller, it was a stepping stone for Toyota, leading to successful models like the Yaris, Scion, and many others. So while it might be the little engine that could, it certainly did pave the way for some big successes. Moving on to number 9, the Toyota Origin. Now here's a chapter in Toyota's history that might make them a bit red in the taillights. A tribute vehicle to mark their 100 millionth unit production, the Origin was a high-end remake of the beloved Crown, but with an exorbitant price tag of $70,000 and a power output of just under 220 horsepower, it became an international markets disaster. With its launch in 2000, the Origin was intended to be a celebration, but ended up being a party pooper. To sum it up, the Origin was like showing up at a party with a gold-plated balloon. Sure, it's shiny and expensive, but when it pops, it's just a costly letdown. So while it might be a rare find today, it's perhaps for reasons Toyota would prefer to forget. In the world of cars, the Origin remains as a testament to ambition, miscalculations, and a very pricey lesson in market dynamics. Rolling in at number 8, the Toyota Mega Cruiser. This one tried to imitate the General Motors military Humvee and bring the Hummer vibe to the streets of Japan. Unfortunately, it seemed to lack the necessary due diligence in design, which led to, well, a mega disaster. The Mega Cruiser was a beast on wheels, colossal in its structure, and definitely not a friendly companion for narrow roads and tight parking spaces. Its size caused it major setbacks among regular consumers, but scored some points with law enforcement departments who loved its roomy interiors. Under its massive hood, it housed a 4.1-liter turbo diesel Y4 engine, becoming the largest vehicle ever produced by Toyota. However, the competition from Hummer and its own unwieldy design put an end to the Mega Cruiser, with just 133 units sold to private customers between 1995 and 2002. It seems the Mega Cruiser wasn't quite mega enough to conquer the automotive landscape. Speeding in at number 7, the Toyota 2000 GT. This is where Toyota dared to dream and partnered with Yamaha to bring to life this sleek, sporty gem in the late 60s. Ahead of its time, it was a picture of elegance and power, with a long nose and a 2.0-liter straight-six engine that could take it from 0 to 60 miles in under 9.2 seconds. Despite its impressive features, the timing of its release was off. The 60s were a time when fuel efficiency and affordability were in vogue, making the performance-oriented 2000 GT a little misunderstood. A mere 351 units were sold between 1967 and 1970. But don't be fooled by its initial sales. The 2000 GT has turned into a collector's golden goose, with auction prices soaring well above $1 million today. A rare masterpiece, the 2000 GT showcases Toyota's foray into the world of sporty elegance and performance. At number 6, we have the Toyopet Crown. This car is best described as Toyota's brave yet misguided first entry into the U.S. market. The American auto enthusiasts, with their preference for muscular, sleek, and powerful cars, viewed the Crown as a court jester rather than a regal presence. Released to the public in the late 50s, it was criticized for being too heavy and lacking power. To put it into perspective, the bulky Toyopet Crown had an output that barely hit 60 GP. The lack of appeal led to a rather quick exit from the US market in 1961, a mere 2 years post its introduction. So, while its production was short-lived, the Crown's legacy remains as a testament to Toyota's early struggles and lessons learned on American soil. Number 5. The 1997 Toyota Paseo convertible. Now, convertibles and America are like apple pie and vanilla ice cream. They go perfectly together. However, Toyota's venture into this domain ended up being a recipe for disaster. The Paseo convertible debuted in 1991 with high hopes of wooing the American market. However, with an underwhelming 93 horsepower, it fell flat against competitors. Its life was short and relatively unnoticed, as the production ended in 1999 after a lackluster 8-year run. An attempt to revive the model as the Paseo Cabriolet also didn't quite hit the mark. Today, it's as if the Paseo convertible never existed. You won't spot one on the roads, in museums, or in factories. It's a classic case of out of sight, out of mind. But hey, we have it here in our list of rarities, making it an enigmatic part of Toyota's history. Number 4 on our rare list, we have the Toyota SA, also known as Toyota's Post, World War II phoenix that rose from the ashes to mark a new dawn in their commercial passenger car production. Designed to mirror the VW Beetle, the SA stood apart with its front-located engine, a departure from the Beetle's rear engine layout. This model was Toyota's maiden venture into 4-cylinder engines and the first passenger car to roll out of their assembly line after the war. Kiichiro Toyota, the mastermind behind this model, boldly went ahead with its design despite the passenger car ban enforced by the American occupation forces. Its production spanned a brief period from 1947 to 1952. Today, the Toyota SA holds sentimental value and is fondly remembered as a beacon of resilience in Toyota's history. The Toyota Automobile Museum proudly houses one of the finest remaining examples of the SA. Pedal to the metal at number 3, we have the Toyota MR2 TTE Turbo. The MR2 initially made its debut in 1984, and over the years, this nimble 2-seater sports car underwent various performance and design upgrades. Despite these efforts, the third-generation model, with its 138 horsepower, 4-cylinder engine, failed to impress sports car enthusiasts who felt it needed a little more oomph. Toyota took this feedback to heart and introduced the MR2 TTE Turbo Edition. This upgrade was a game-changer, raising the output to a respectable 181 horsepower, along with a punchy 255 pound-feet of torque. But here's the catch. The turbo upgrade was limited to a scarce 300 units. Today, spotting this rare version of the MR2 is akin to finding a needle in a haystack. But if you do find one, you're looking at a true gem of Toyota's sports car legacy. Coming in at number 2, we have the Toyota Sera, a car that was way ahead of its time. With its iconic butterfly doors, a design cue that later inspired the likes of the McLaren F1, the Sera was a glimpse into Toyota's future. This 2-door coupe also featured a glass roof, merging aesthetics and functionality, but the production was short-lived, lasting only from 1990 to 1996, and was confined mainly to Japan, although some did make their way into the US and other countries. Unfortunately, the Sera couldn't ride on its futuristic looks alone. It was criticized for its mediocre performance and handling, and soon its novelty wore off. It ended up as a pretty face that couldn't quite live up to the hype. Even so, the Toyota Sera has earned its spot in Toyota's Hall of Fame for its audacious and forward-thinking design. And finally, at the top spot of our countdown, we have the Toyota Sprinter Trueno convertible. This ambitious project was Toyota's attempt to elevate the AE86 Hachi-Roku Corolla fastback model to a whole new level of luxury and performance. However, the Trueno convertible was greeted with resistance due to its lofty price tag, which was almost double that of the AE86. Its sales were confined to the Toyota Tama dealers, further restricting its reach to potential buyers. This led to dwindling sales numbers, and it soon faded into obscurity. While the Sprinter Trueno, a popular sports coupe, lives on with several thousand units still in existence today, the convertible version is nearly extinct. If you happen to come across one of these in a used car parking lot, you've stumbled upon a true unicorn. This rarest of the rare wraps up our list of the top 10 rarest Toyotas ever produced. And that's a wrap. From the audacious Sera to the elusive Trueno convertible, we hope you enjoyed this ride through Toyota's rare gems. If you love the journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more fascinating car stories. Until next time, drive safe and keep exploring.